Not a whole lot. Welcome to Drawing with Jack. This is episode 32, I think. Here on the call is Mr. Jack Haynes, our illustrator. Of course, Skip Marazzi, writer producer for Cox in Space, and Aaron Cosbill, writer producer and actor for Cox in Space, and the sole person who has the entire universe, the Cox in Space universe, in his mind, on which we have to diligently mine out from time to time. Um, so glad to see you guys. Jack and I were just talking pre-call about how our lives and work can be so tiring, and I think that all of us can agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
The only
just go for it.
the only thing worth having energy for is this project.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what the conclusion was right before we started. Was like, look, I go right now. I was working at a bike shop, which was cool. Couldn't keep doing it. Now I go sling chicken, which is good. And the one thought behind both of those was keep working because I want to make sure that Cox in Space can happen. So you know, Jack, maybe that's not the sole motivation for you, but we are glad that you're here also. Um,
Oh yeah, no. Life is definitely in a whirlwind for me right now. But get layer, man. Layer nine. That's not
but
the
I
way I
think
want to
that,
be.
that you could agree that making art, you're like, at least there's moments in my life where I get to pause and make art.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, your life also. I mean, your job is using the skills that you have as an artist,
Right.
correct? You do like graphic design.
I mean, I'm not technically I mean, not even technically. I'm not a designer right now. I'm a technician. I know graphic files and I know how to make them work specifically for printing on glass right now. It's a different skill set, and I'm kind of getting a crash course at the moment in learning how to make the things that come out of the printer look how I want them to look, even if it's technically bad or wrong, because we have to give the clients what they approve when we give them a sample, right?
Right.
So if we go back and find out that a sample was like messed up somehow, well, that's too bad. We now have to we have to reproduce that mess up over and over again, reliably, when we print, so that
Oh my God.
we print. Yeah.
Um,
So
wow. How does that feel for you when you're like, this is a mistake. This is gonna look so bad. I can't believe someone's gonna put this up on their wall or place of business.
well, I mean, it's like a another kind of challenge, right? Because it's like, how do you make something print this way, like what was done to this to make it come out like looking like this. Like, I don't want to go into it like too much, I guess, just in case like somehow this could get back to the people that I work for.
Yeah,
But
no, definitely don't want to dox where you at, what you doing.
yeah, but we had something that came back that it had this certain look on it, and the vice president of the company was there looking at it like, oh yeah, this is wrong, or this looks bad, or I don't like the way this looks, and this looks like it was a mistake. And then being like, well, we have to make it look like this now because this is the sample that they approved. So um, it is a challenge to look at something and say, I think this is what's going on here. Like, you have to look under it at it. You have to look at it under a loop and look at what the you know what was the word I'm looking for? The dots, or what the dots are doing on the actual surface, like how they're clustered, which ones are there, what color. Um,
That's a very
you know,
interesting, very different type of job. That for like I didn't
yeah,
know it even existed.
yeah, yeah. And like, so, and to be able to, give somebody what they asked for or what they approved, um, you know, it sometimes takes true magicianship and I didn't really fully appreciate what the guy who is in the hospital right now was doing,
Uh-huh.
but it was true magicianship, and
Every
you know,
job almost is the art of sales. I mean, and that might just
yeah,
be from my experience, but whether it's the way that you interact with your coworkers or the way that you interact with the customers or the way you interact with the boss, it's always about how you're selling yourself.
yeah,
So and how you're selling your work. So yeah, no, there's some people who are very good at lots of different jobs only because they're very good at like making people believe. Jake Mattis, how are you, sir? Our guest for the
Hey,
evening. What is up, man?
oh, just catching up on some much needed sleep.
That's what I
Uh,
figured was going on with you. I was like, I'm going to give you a set like an 80-20 that most likely he's going to show up. And if he did show up late, it's because he slept and because he was taking a nap. Because let me tell you about what I know about
uh,
this guy is that Jake Mattis has been up since midnight, since they've dropped the new King of the Hill season, all 10 episodes, and has watched them
oh
probably
wow,
twice. What's up,
What?
Frankish
Oh,
Baraga? Frank, hey, what's going
hey,
on?
there's B getting in on some hill talk. Just
Good,
getting ready to get started.
good to see you. So is that true or not? Did you watch all of the episodes twice through, like you said you're going
I
to?
I did not make twice through all the episodes.
Okay, so
I did watch all 10 when they dropped at midnight.
geez. Okay, so
nerd.
you finished at
uh,
like 10:30 or 11 in the morning, something like that.
These I don't remember what time it was.
Because there's
I'm
obviously
of
like
the
tea
figment of
breaks
my
and you got to
imagination at
smoke a
that point.
little and but yeah, okay, so right before
Yeah.
lunchtime is like a good estimate.
Oh, I've definitely finished it before 12 hours. Yeah, I finished it in under 12 hours.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So then did you watch like your favorite episodes again?
There were a few that I wanted to go back and rewatch again, just for a few things that I enjoyed about the episodes, um,
Okay, okay. So
which
you kind of
which
went
to be
you like cherry picked because you're like I'm not going to watch all
I
10
did.
episodes again. I'm going to watch what was it like your top 3, top 5?
There was three. Yeah, there
Okay.
was three that I
Where you're
really went
like
back
this is
and
what kind of
watched
shows
again.
what the season's about.
There were just some really like moments that shined for me
Okay.
in those few episodes. The my
We
immediate reaction upon
so,
watching the
hang
first
on one
10
second.
right
We're
away.
gonna get to that 1 second. I just want to tell you this because
Okay.
Jack has no real investment in the reveal of the secrets of King of the Hill, and Aaron has no real investment in the secrets of the King of the Hill. So I
Oh yeah,
want you
let's
to
get the
go
spoilery
If you drop
full
section.
spoilers,
like
Jake,
this is
we're
like
jumping
go
to.
yeah go complete spoiler because like what the reason I wanted you on is because I wanted to super fan I wanted to hear what you thought about it compared to the old season versus the new season. I want you to dump all the secrets on us basically like the thing that you do on your show, which is like what I love about you two guys who do it from the Very Good Podcast, since I didn't shout you guys out, is that you give us like a good like summary of what's going on with media so that I get a chance to be like, okay, cool. Is it good or is it not good? I watch all your
Oh
shows just
my.
so I can get that info. So that's why I was like, bro, come here right after you watch the show.
I also want to throw it out there that my roommate has already caught me up on the season because she's a super fan and she took the day off
Nice.
work to
Nice.
watch
See, that's what I was
the
hoping that she
Genji
was gonna
season
do.
multiple
Yeah, that she
times.
would give you like a dump because I know she was
Yeah.
excited about it. So yeah, feel free to chime in what you know, what your feelings are about it too, because we're just here to chat about it. So don't feel like you have to like hold back because like we want to keep it top secret. What I will tell you is I stayed off the internet all day, like all social medias more or less, because I didn't want to know anything about it. Like I was like, I want to sit down, I want to hear it from Jake, what's going on, and then we can talk about it as it's happening real time. So like
Well,
I'm super excited that you're here. Yeah.
let me open up the discussion, Jake, by asking you who is your favorite King of the Hill character? Mine is Peggy by
Okay.
far. I
Wow,
think Peggy is
Peggy.
the
Okay, this
best.
is a good place to
Cur-
start. This is a good place to start. Okay, so
cur-
Peggy.
currently, Currently in the new season, is that what you're talking, or
Okay,
overall?
okay. Overall,
Overall,
let's say overall before going to the new season, and if you
yeah.
changed because of the new season, I want to know that. But who was it? Who was it initially?
Uh, Hank. Hank's my
Okay,
OG.
I
I
see you.
usually.
I see you as a Hank. I'm a Bobby.
I'm a Bobby.
I'm a Bobby because
Bobby.
Bobby's a fucking Zen Buddha. He's a reincarnated
Mark,
Buddha, and he chose not to take the
He
path
he
because
is.
wanted to
he
be a
wanted to live
comedian.
like a comedian. Yeah, he wanted to be like an average life. So like I'm like, oh Bobby, I mean, you got my heart, and like you know what I mean. Aaron, you're a Bobby, right?
Yeah, I'm Bobby.
Francisco,
I prefer Bobby.
I was kind of toughy. I
it,
always
it is
like
tough.
Dale
Dale,
Boomhauer.
Dale,
my boy, my boy, Dale. Okay, so now we know where we kind of all stand with the cats, and we have no impression except for you, Francisco. Did you watch the entire thing too?
No, I only
Okay.
caught the first
I'll tell
4
you
episodes.
earmuffs.
So Jake, if you fucking no, you're not
Oh.
fucking doing this shit. We're dropping spoilers on a very good podcast, Mister. We're fucking
Dude.
Yeah,
we're
we got.
talking what we know today.
Oh my God. Well, okay,
Up to
guys. Hey,
episode 4. Up to
but
episode
no
4.
sweat. This one's coming out like the 17th or 20th or something like that. So you guys are dropping first. So we're gonna be a spoiler that's like way after the fact. That's why like I'm not even worried
It'll
about it.
be.
Everybody who has
Oh
wanted
no,
to
no,
see the
I mean,
show.
like, I don't want to drop spoilers right now because I've only watched 4 episodes.
Oh my God. Did you know that you can deafen yourself on Discord? So when he says spoiler, you can stop listening and you don't have to hear
I'll.
anything. So just
That's
get,
I'll
some
mark the
rough
get
first
shit.
yeah,
4.
give
1,
give a
2, 3, 4. There
forewarning
we
because
go.
I want to know, and
Shane,
I
I
will.
know
you gotta
that
be
I'll give.
lame.
everybody
I'll
who's
be. I'll be. I'll be
Say
kind.
non-spoilers. Say non-spoilers
Say no
after
spoilers.
episode 5.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. A
listen,
lot of.
also Francisco, I can deafen for you. So when he says spoilers, I can just deafen you, so you can't hear
Yeah,
I'll
this
give
is
you
anything.
the definite.
so.
It,
I've
it,
got a spoiler. Bobby is Cotton's father.
oh my God, you have to
Motherfucker.
give me time.
Yeah.
So okay,
uh,
The Futurama like crossover.
Creepypasta.
so Jake, what
the
was your first
crossover
take?
we didn't know we needed.
Give
I'll
me
be
the
honest.
yeah.
My first takeaway from it was I sat down, I queued it up, I was ready to go. Where's the music? Where, where where's the music? Where's the intro?
Bro, that
Oh
was such
oh
a
wait,
fucking
what?
long, cold intro.
Wait, what?
It's
They didn't just give you
cold.
like them
That's
hanging out in the alley, moving the trash around, truck moves the couch kind of gag thing. That's
nothing.
pretty standard.
The
They didn't
show
do it.
jumps into it.
They didn't start from any. Did they do that in any episode at all, or that was just the first one?
Yeah,
Just
it
the
was
first
super
one.
long. It was like the first half of the episode.
And then
It
so
was
like
the
20,
whole
15,
episode.
15 minutes. They didn't do. Wow.
It was the whole episode. They went the
Okay.
whole episode and then played the intro as an outro and then ran the credits.
Oh, okay. I
Wow.
got you. Oh, they did the whole show. Okay, got you. Okay, so
Yeah,
they pulled the gag.
I
Okay.
bumped into that a little
Okay.
bit. That was a little bit of a just issue I had
Okay.
personally, maybe.
Okay.
But episode 1 was good. A lot of callbacks, um a lot of Texas has changed since they've been gone. Um
Bro.
One thing I didn't like that I was hoping that they would touch on right away is why they were in
I
Sod
was
Eye,
also wondering
Arabia.
that. So do they don't cover that at any point in the season? Like
It's briefly talked about what he did while he was there, but they don't specifically say this is why we chose to do this.
like the easy out, of course, is that his boss sent him there to like franchise or something, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's easy, lazy writing, but they didn't even take that route.
Right, exactly. I was like, it's got to be something. But yeah, because I was surprised to hear that he had moved out of Arlen at all because he grew up there. Like for him to leave would be pretty catastrophic. So they don't deal with that at all in the entire season.
No.
Like for like
Uh,
five,
well,
10 minutes.
Wait,
yeah. In the
okay,
first
in what in
episode, like
what,
their
what
conflict really is just oh oh their
baby?
conflict really is the difference how much Texas has changed and how cushy their life was over there, and they want to go back. But by the end of the episode, they decide to stay. Since
It,
everybody's watched episode one.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I mean,
Um,
and I'm definitely saying like all spoilers because anybody who is watching this is has totally seen this show. That's why I'm wanting your take on it. Um, so um, the why did they want to go back? What did they love so much about? And where was it? They were like somewhere in the Middle East, right?
yeah, they were in Saudi Arabia, and basically this company that he worked for over there basically created this own little like town that was their own town, and it had like what well, like a utopia type city where grass was great, houses were amazing, everybody had everything you could ever ask for,
Hey,
type
give me one
deal.
second.
And
Hey, Jack, can you do the her shoes purple like Jessica Rabbit's gloves are purple?
No problem.
Yeah, I was about to say like either that or like blue or whatever to match her eyes. Whatever we're gonna make her
That could
eye
also
color.
work. But I think she's wearing gloves, right? On stage, so she's wearing like the outfit. I like what you've done with her hands here. Um, so like
Jack
I'm
gloves.
glad to see them, but like I think when she's performing, she has like Jessica Rabbit has those like elbow long purple gloves.
Oh yeah.
Are we going that way or no?
the important question is, are they red bottoms?
Or what red bottoms?
Well, there's no ladies in the chat. Never mind.
Okay, so
That's a she
Red
joke.
bottom girls make the world go round.
Uh, it's a special type of expensive shoe. That's the most I know.
Okay.
oh, gotcha. All right, so I'm sorry. Yes, you've known someone with expensive taste, and I guess that we've missed out on that. Um, so okay, so they were conflicted after they left Ireland, and again, they've never explained why they left Ireland. Just that they got a salary somewhere else. There's no
Yeah,
like
so
conflict
Hank's
with
job over
Bobby
there
or
was so I guess that's spoilers a little
please.
bit. Bobby chose not to go to college and decided to chase his uh chef career. So
Okay,
that
so
was
yeah,
all
that's right,
promoted
right.
at
Yeah, he's
first,
always been good
I
at baking and making cookies and candies, and yeah, that's true. He can make good food.
believe. Yeah, he drove Peggy nuts. Drove her to ride a bike when she somehow retcon didn't know how to ride a bike.
Uh,
She just she was so pissed. She spontaneously learned the skill,
Yeah, she just that's the only loophole I could come up with.
right? So,
But no, that first
that's interesting
episode,
because
I
I
mean,
thought he
it's
was going to do
fun.
comedy. Like, I mean, did he in the end become more like that? He was like good at cooking food because comedy was always like Bobby's thing. Did he not pursue that on the side at all?
So they don't really touch on that, but the job that he has as the executive chef at uh, Roberto Chin or whatever it's called, he is kind of like a I don't know, kind of like a not a hibachi chef, so he kind of has a little bit of flair and
Oh,
showmanship
okay,
while he's
gotcha. Of course,
cooking.
right. He gets to use his comedy
So it
skills with
really
his.
works. Yeah,
That
so
makes
he
sense.
juggles and spins things around, so he's very flashy in that way.
Of course.
But
Okay.
the one characteristic thing that I liked about him is that he likes to stick to authenticity because that's kind of like the one episode that he gets that's like the real major Bobby centric episode early um is about him using charcoal to cook his food versus propane, and him and Hank have a moment basically, and it's basically because it's the authentic way, and basically he changes Hank's mind, and he's like, well, I guess cooking back in the 17th century, they wouldn't have had propane,
Ah,
but if they
okay.
did, they'd probably use
Super,
it.
super interesting. So he comes around to accepting propane at least a little bit, showing the kind of sensibilities that Hank always has. That he tries to get along with people as much as possible, even if they don't see eye to eye.
Right, right, and he accepts why Bobby starts, uses the charcoal.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna ask you this. Can you give me a whole like season story arc? You don't have to break down every episode to episode, but like kind of like what is the transition of these guys, Mike Judge presenting what Arlen looks like at this time, and then when you
It
get to
looks
season 5, etc., just tell me you're gonna reach some spoilers so I can make sure that I can mute them out.
so just like basically like Arlen is things have gone out of business, like the Arlen bystandard's gone.
Oh, okay.
Megalomart is still Megalomart.
Do they own everything?
No, not really, but Hank believes that they should. Um,
Of course. Okay.
I I guess kind of spoilery for a brief second here.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Sorry. One sec. Gotcha.
all right, so there's no mention of Strickland propane in the episodes
Really?
up until the very last episode.
Uh-huh.
So that's that was interesting. But in the last episode, you kind of get a little bit of a gist. So that's my
So,
spoilerish. I'm done spoilering now.
okay.
Um,
Then that's really interesting. Could that be the reason that he moved out of town?
could be maybe the next season they explore a
And
little
then
more,
again,
but
you're saying it's not addressed at all in this season.
no,
Okay.
no, because when the character pops up, it's for different reasons. So
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
yeah, very.
Um,
Let's see here.
so yeah, give me like right like as like kind of the things that you remember the most in all of those things in seeing the first season. Like what are the things that popped out to you like overall? Being like like
Um,
for instance,
the
what was the biggest thing like you're like holy crap they did that?
wow. The Bill episode, that's a spoilery one
All
for
right,
some people.
give me the rundown.
That's episode 6.
Give me the
That one's
rundown.
really funny.
Yeah, give me the rundown.
So
Yeah,
basically,
Bill has a soft spot in my heart because he's such a loser, and but I love that voice actor. Well, I mean, because you love to like the
uh,
fact that he's a sad sap. That's like your favorite thing.
well, yeah, in the first episode, after COVID, he becomes a shut-in and he just lives in his bed and he's like, "There's no need to leave the house. Amazon brings everything,"
Oh my God, is he
and then
like
just packages
super
like,
fat?
Poor Bill.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Poor Bill.
Like that's the reason
he
you
was
like to give.
forced to medically retire.
Oh my God, what is Bill? I mean,
Yeah.
what does Hank do about that?
So basically, that's one of the reasons why they end up deciding to stay in Ireland as well, is because everybody does better when they're around, of course.
Oh, I got you.
But
So they've kind of seen their neighborhood has fallen to pieces because they weren't there. He wasn't
uh,
there to do the neighborhood watch.
right. Well, I mean, it's also one of the things explored in the first episode is that not only did Dale Gribble run for mayor, he won.
No, what? Don't,
What?
don't.
He
Wow.
he he won
He
with only
became the
9%.
government?
He didn't
He
even trust
won with
himself
9% of the vote. 9% of the vote during COVID.
because nobody voted.
Wow.
Is that what the thing was?
Because nobody, that's pretty much, yeah. Well, there were a bunch of candidates. There were 11 candidates. So the vote was spread so thin that with 9%, he won.
He won with 9% to be mayor. That's
Well, the
ridiculous.
more shocking thing is that his term only lasted 36 hours.
It seems
Wow.
also very appropriate to the King of the Hill universe.
That's very on Dale.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um,
Did he overthrow
I forget
himself? Because
exactly.
that would be the ultimate Dale move, is to not trust himself, spy on himself, and then overthrow his regime because he doesn't trust himself.
That is very Dale.
uh, it was more so the fact that he said it only took him 36 hours to realize how twisted and deep the government was. He shot out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Also fair. Very, very Dale move.
Also very real. Yeah. Let's see. We talked about the charcoal episode. One of my
Yeah,
favorite episodes was the fourth episode.
good.
And Francisco, I think, seen that one. Is the tour chimp
Is a what?
episode.
A fortune.
It's tour chimp. Basically, it's an online app where someone needs some curtains hung. They call someone. It's on this app. They like an Uber. You order a handyman. They show up,
Oh,
hang your
store chimp.
curtains.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. And while they've been gone, this is something that Boomhauer's been doing. And to get away from Peggy, Hank goes and does this with Boomhauer for a day.
Gotcha.
And Hank, of course, ends up doing way more work than what needs to be done. Of course, Hank being Hank. Um, Boomhauer gets injured, and Hank ends up taking over his duties and stuff. That was pretty fun. It was a Hank over learns to overshare episode.
That's my
Interesting.
favorite trait about the show in general. I think that's what makes it so endearing is the Hank quality, right? He's here to fix it, you know? And he's
Right.
just like it's a good heart for a show. Um, so yeah, I see why he's your favorite character. So I
I always
want
tend to lean towards the protagonist, but
to well, how can you not like Hank? He's just a good man. If you don't like Hank, you don't like a good people.
right.
He proves that on the show like over and over again. I'm sure that was consistent in this new season as well. Um,
It is very much so. There's an episode. Um, I mean, there's a whole episode with him and Good Hank that pretty much shows that.
oh wait, Good Hank is grown
Um,
up.
Good Hank is grown up
What is that like? What is that
ish.
dynamic?
Um, he's a dick.
Oh no, because of course he was raised by his dad. So Good Hank is not Good Hank. He's actually the evil version of Hank.
Yes. Yeah, it does not go well.
That's,
Does not go well. They actually settle. They settle. Spoiler. They settle Cotton's estate
they
basically, and
Oh,
they have to
Cotton's
split.
dead.
They
Of course
split
he is.
money up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. And
yeah.
Good
So they
Hank is a
split their
dick.
money up.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler free?
Um. One.
Or we continue? Are
One thing.
you're out of spoiler mode now?
Yeah, I'm out of spoiler mode now.
Cool. Uh,
One thing I didn't like so much about it is that it's very chronological, if that's even a word.
what you mean like
Where the original series,
it doesn't take jumps in time. It's like yesterday we did episode one, today we're doing episode two, and tomorrow we're doing episode three.
pretty close. It runs a
Wow.
pretty tight timeline
Wow.
versus where the other 13 seasons were supposedly a year.
Yeah, I mean things
If
like
you
kind of
if you
happen.
follow the deleted uncanon.
Yeah, they could have happened at any time in the time that they were there at Arlen. Because Bobby doesn't
Right.
age a whole bunch. Nothing major
Yeah, he literally
happens.
starts at 11 and ends at 13.
Yeah, so right, there's not right like it's just sometime within those two groups there.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of good callbacks though.
That was one of the things I was wondering about because you said that in the first season just was full of callbacks. Where were some of those? That you,
Let's see. I knew I should have wrote down more notes.
just the ones that come to
um,
mind. And then, if in the meantime, I want to ask you this: what happened to Connie and Joseph?
so Joseph is Bobby's roommate in Dallas, and he literally sounds like a young John Redcorn,
Oh, cool.
but speaks like Dale,
Of course,
but speaks more like Dale, like
of course.
dumbish still.
He has two
Um,
dads. That's the thing that's endearing about Joseph is that both the men do their best to raise him as best they can. It's actually one of
So
my
did he ever
favorite.
accept that John Redcorn was his dad,
No,
or
no, Junk Redcorn is not his dad as far as Joseph is concerned. The aliens are his dad, and they implanted the DNA in his dad's sperm.
he does not accept it, and there's actually a running joke about like him being the only white guy on his road work crew because he does road work. He he's the guy who stands there and holds the sign that says slow and stuff. Like
He's the white
and he
guy.
keeps saying, yes, be he goes, yeah, for me being the only white guy on my crew, and I'm like, oh my god.
oh wow.
Oh
He's
So
like,
he did not
man.
post it on when did he try to go to college or no? He didn't seem like the type that
I
would
don't
get
think
in.
he even tried. That's not really mentioned, I don't think.
okay, and so you didn't try to do anything with football either.
No.
That's a bummer.
No, he's
Burnout kids.
him and Bobby are just
Road work is respectable. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disrespect people who do road work because it is hard labor and it is hard work, and
hey,
you do have to know what you're doing.
that's what isn't that what Peter did in Office Space? They ended up burning down Intertech, and he just I just need some good old sunshine and a shovel in my hand.
Right. You just
Yeah.
do some road
But
work.
would he have been good at that? Like we never get to know how long he lasts doing physical labor.
Yeah,
Well, that's true.
in that. So, well, actually, what you're pointing
Mine
out
was
is
a
Mike
day.
Judge does have a bias towards road work, and he does have respect for it. And so Joseph does road work, and he's like, yeah, because that's a good job for him to do. Just the same way as this guy in Office Space would have made
Right.
that decision too. Like he's got a respect for road workers. So I celebrate that. What happened to Connie?
Connie's in college
Of course she is.
in
She could
I
not be in
can't
college.
remember I can't remember which college.
Getting a doctorate
But
or
uh, so, no, she's going for engineering.
Interesting.
Um, two two separate advanced engineering degrees. But her and Chain Wathanathon are dating.
No.
Um, with a twist.
Did he come around? Is the twist a spoiler?
Is this
Kind of,
just a
because I
spoiler?
don't know what episode it is.
All right, so
Hey B, have you heard the spoiler
in the spoiler
on
mode,
this?
so what's the twist?
Where Joseph takes a picture of Chain. Anyways, um, she's a in a like open. They're in an open relationship.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that also
Yeah, like an N. There was a letter combination she used for it, but I can't remember what it is.
okay, and so
Ethical non-monogamy.
Yes, ethical non-monogamy.
is that
There
the
you
thing
go.
that came up in this show? Okay,
Yes, it
ethical
did come up in this show.
non-monogamy, and do they discuss why it's ethical?
Yeah, they do. They explain it pretty well. I was
Jack,
interested to see that that's where they went with it.
do you know what the explanation is? I'm very interested in like this.
Do I know?
Yeah, do you know what they? I mean, how do they describe it on the show?
Basically that it's full understanding and permission, every step of the way forward. Like So basically, they're both in college. They understand that they don't have time necessarily for each other, so they are open to just being with other people and not necessarily that sex is um a love thing necessarily. Basically, that she's too busy for him, but she's not going to let that stand in the way from him getting
Oh,
what
of
he
course,
wants. What
because she's learned from her mom, right? Like it's not about who you love, it's about your social ties. And of course, Shane Rashanasan is that.
and that's a huge storyline in episode 8.
Interesting. All right, so we're gonna go out of spoiler mode. I didn't want to kill it for anybody. That's okay, that's interesting. Again, that's an interesting angle to go with the show. I mean, King of the Hill is accepting,
It
and
was.
then it's an interesting character to do that through. So um,
Of the characters left, I feel like that was kind of the only one to go that
dude, when I
direction.
first
So
asked,
it
like,
makes
what
a
was
little
your
more
biggest
sense.
shock? Like, I'm surprised that wasn't your go-to. Is there something that's bigger than that on the show that you're like, oh yeah, that pales in comparison with this other twist that you have no idea in, I guess it's fairly late, so they didn't have a whole lot of room unless they were going for like fireworks ending.
There's, I mean, the what when we get to that, no, it was not fireworks ending. Um, yeah,
Okay.
I think episode 6 was the episode that went what that really like I kind of did the most
Yeah,
wow
that
episode.
definitely, yeah, that's a big difference, for sure. Um,
Because I mean, a lot of the stuff, a lot of people had speculated there. A lot of it was pretty close to being on.
what did you think
Without
about the
going too
animation?
spoilery at the moment, I hated it.
Okay, okay, because I saw some clips and
Really?
I was like, I hope that those are just some roughs. But
No,
they
I hate
move
it.
weird, right?
Their mouths move weird. Their whole body. It looks like they dragged the animation across the screen and it's just bouncing. Like you don't get many like full body leg shots. It's lazy, just like Peggy walk. There's a scene where Peggy walks across the garage to Hank over at his workbench, and it looked so bad. The
No.
the the
I mean,
it's
and
totally
this is why
different
I wanted you to
from the
come on because
first
I
when we
wanted
went
you to
home.
clear the air of those things, to see if that was the case. Jack,
It's
did you hear the same thing from your roommate? Oh no, Jack.
Oh, ooh, oh,
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
sorry. I know
The
you're fixated.
I'm
You've
like
probably
looking
just
at
been
that.
tuning
I'm like,
in.
yeah, I'm looking at the color on this cat, and I'm
I
like
got you. You're super
totally
fixated. I
zoned out.
apologize. I
No, my
busted.
roommate did not have any complaints about the
Oh,
animation.
animation. Okay, cool. Okay,
wow.
so there's another perspective on it. Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, so you have to pay the people that they used to ship it out to more money than they used to now. Like they need to pay them like a fair wage because I'm pretty sure early on Fox was like getting like pennies on the dollar for where they're paying the animators, wasn't it? I mean, it's true, right?
It was
Am I making
probably
that
pretty
up?
cheap. Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
The reason they shipped it out and they could do hand-drawn animation is because they had a mass amount of people who, was like they could pay like 4 animators for the price that they could pay one.
Right. Yeah, and it wasn't
And
until the later seasons where they went to an HD um or like CG animation.
so they used it in the later seasons. Okay, and I never even noticed the difference. So that means that they could have used it in this season too, this revival, but they chose not to.
Correct. Yeah,
Ah,
they had a pretty HD version in the later seasons that still looked good
okay, yeah. I mean,
compared
I
to
I've
this.
never complained about like the first run of the show, like any of the animation. To me, none of it ever looked like it was off or anything, or it even felt like it changed. So
Yeah, these characters, the character designs for the main characters look good. As far as like just visually. Don't make a
Oh,
move.
and you think they
um,
aged well too?
Khan did not.
Like
Khan,
wait,
I think, aged the worst.
well, it's all the partying he does, right?
Sure, I don't know what happened to him, but
Did he and he
somebody
didn't
got
move out of the
crazy with
neighborhood?
his design. No, we're gonna jump back into spoilers again?
Okay, let me
Um,
switch that real
Everybody,
quick. All right,
yeah,
all right.
jump back into
So
spoilers. I'll clear that up real quick.
yeah,
Yeah, basically, so everything that people thought was, that they were going to be divorced by the end of the season. Well, it's revealed in season 7 that they've been divorced for 2 years. And because of status and family and everything, Khan has been living in the garage.
oh, what?
And they're celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary, and it gets spoiled to the whole party that they've been divorced.
Oh
And
my God.
Bobby was, of course, catering. Bobby was catering this event.
Oh my God. That's a terrible. So they've really been going more of like Curb Your Enthusiasm, even more than they did previously, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're really putting their characters in bad situations. I mean, I'm sure they're trying to get
All
their
the
audience
time.
from the jump. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, these like, and I guess while we're in spoilers,
Yeah.
since B hasn't seen episode 6, the reason I like episode 6 so much is it's the Bill centric episode,
Okay.
and the guy that lived in Hank and Peggy's house while they were gone is a black guy. His name's Brian. Brian.
Brian.
He became good friends with the guys in the alley that when he moved out, he just kind of pops over and hangs out every now and then. Well, he hooked Bill up with these guys who he goes, "Hey, call my cousin. He's got a barber shop or whatever." Bill didn't put two and two together that it was a black barber shop. Well, Bill had made friends with all these black barbers after the military and post or pre-COVID.
Right.
So after Hank came back and got him out of the house and confidence back and stuff, he went back to cutting hair there and went and hung out with them.
That's
Well,
awesome.
here's the here's the twist, because Hank and Peggy had moved out and were over in Saudi Arabia. He basically took over Hank's life and told him Peggy was his wife, and all of his problems were Hank's problems.
Oh,
So
wow.
unbeknownst to Hank shows up at the barber shop, and these guys are like, "Oh man, I've been praying for you every day. Keep fighting the good fight and all this and that." And they're like, "Bill told us about your scares and like remember from when Bill tried to commit suicide a bunch of times." And it's like, oh
Right.
my God, they're going there with this. I'm like, long story short is Hank tells Bill he's got to put an end to this and whatever. Hank goes out in the alley 2 days later, and there's like this party over at Bill's house, and he's like, "Oh, you having a party?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're having a little gathering." And he goes, "Oh, did you put that Peggy business to rest?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, we put it to rest, all right. We
Oh my
killed
God.
Peggy.
You killed Peggy.
Oh,
He's having a he's having a funeral at his house for Peggy." Now,
wow.
now Hank
It's
Hank
such
did
a
tell Peggy about
God
this.
damn it, Bill.
Hank did tell Peggy about this, and she
Uh-huh.
went over to confront him about it. But Peggy, being such the narcissist she is, heard Bill talking about her and like all these good things he said about her, and she's like, "Oh, well, tell them this about me and tell them that
She
about me."
she stood
Oh,
on business.
you
This is
Yeah,
why I
you're
love
right.
Peggy. She
Of
yeah,
stands
course.
on
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
She's not going to
exactly.
get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, exactly. She does. Yeah,
yeah. She was
definitely. So did she get to deliver her own eulogy? Because that would definitely be the thing Peggy would want to do.
No, that's the heart turn moment of the episode because she goes over to yell at Bill
Uh,
for all of that, and he's delivering his eulogy, and it's very heartfelt, and it's like he literally dumps his emotions
he does
verbally
love Peggy.
about
I mean,
Peggy
it's
there.
weird, but
He
also,
does.
yeah,
He
like
really does.
he wishes
Yes.
that he had a woman that was like as sensible as she is. and eccentric.
That's basically what he says, and she tears up and she just walks back to the house. So that's like the heart turn moment. Hey,
Wow.
King of the Hill always has those heart turn
Yeah,
moments
that's really what it is. I'm gonna take us out
of
of
an
spoiler mode,
episode.
Jake. You good?
Yeah, you're good. Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I love about King of the Hill is that they do have heartfelt moments like that. Like it's just like, that I think for me, like,
Yeah, that heart turn moment is
yeah,
always there.
I'm not a super fan of the show because I've never I tried to binge watch all the episodes and I have watched like I think I'm up to like episode 8 or episode 9. I'm sorry, season 8 or season 9. Wow. I was like I did like
Okay.
episode 1 and fell asleep. No, I'm just playing. But like I binge watched for, because I was excited about this. I'd gotten up to like yeah, like season 9 or 10. But the reason I love King of the Hill so much and like why I used to watch it when I was like, if I was like a hungover or if it was like just as I was like trying to fill some space, because it was too quiet in the house or whatever, which I think a lot of people do watch King of the Hill for that reason, is because of that. Because like if you just follow an episode,
Yeah.
it's like always very heartfelt. Like it's like these characters really and truly love each other even through their eccentricities. And so yeah, this is what I love about King of the Hill.
Oh, I mean, not to go retro back, but bringing up those older episodes, one of my favorite episodes is the episode was it Sleeping Dogs Lie or whatever it is, where basically Peggy finds out that Nancy and John Redcorn are sleeping together, and she's the
Oh
last one
yeah,
to find out.
100%. And
And it's
she's about to
and
tell
she goes
Dale.
to the front, and he has that moment with Joseph, and she
Uh-huh.
just like completely turns face
Yeah.
and realized at that moment that no, Dale is a good father.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. And that's like, right. Like, so he has two dads. He definitely has, I mean, both John Redcorn and Dale try to be there for him as best as they can. And she loves them so much that she will also, let them do that. Um, which is really cool, man. And do they seem to
John
keep that?
Redcorn and Nancy have a real estate vlog. It looks like they do,
Do they have
selling Arlen.
interesting? Do they have a fling or a rekindling?
That's not shown, but they do. So, like, they're showing, like, in the first episode of the revival, they're showing, like, their little YouTube show or whatever they're doing. And some of the comments on the side you can read, and they say things like, "These two are definitely hooking up," or like, "How long
Uh,
have they been together?" or whatever.
uh,
So it's like everybody's, and Dale's funding the whole thing, of course.
so, uh, I really honestly truly my like uh the dark horse of the show that of King of the Hill is Nancy Dribble. Like I think that in the same way that Jack loves Peggy, I love Nancy because she might be from the trailers and she might be trailer trash, but damn it, she's gonna look good. And girl, she's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
get stuff done. You can count on Nancy Dribble to like,
Oh yeah.
like to be there. And so like that's where like episodes where like Peggy and Nancy like go head to head against each other. I'm like, that's tough. I think they were both running for like
Oh,
the seat at one point, like student
school
councils,
school school board.
school board. Yeah, and I'm like,
School board president. Yeah.
that's tough because Nancy Dribble has like the dedication to get it done. Uh, Peggy's gonna do her best, but she does have big feet. Like there's just
Too much to trip over.
too much. She just, and I mean that
You
metaphorically for a character too. Is like she seems to like stumble over herself, and that's kind of like often a gag for her. Like the thing
that
that stops
You have
continues.
Peggy.
to stand up for Peggy here. I mean,
That
No, that's what I'm
continues
saying.
on.
I'm not trying to call you out, but like that's what like I'm just like
she
that.
definitely, is like a bit of a, like, yeah, she like does kind of get in her way at times, but I
This,
feel like she always
that's all.
stands tall to like any challenge. Like she just like she never shirks away from a challenge, and she
No,
always ends up like taking it on. But
absolutely.
I agree that
Peggy, Peggy gets her hero moment. Peggy gets her hero moment in the end.
In
So
season in this new season.
in the new season, she gets her hero moment.
Cool. Is it
She
spoilers?
That's
has a good
that makes
episode.
me happy.
Okay. What's
That makes
is
me
it
happy.
spoilers? No spoilers.
Yeah, it's spoilers, but
All right. So tell me about it.
before we
And Jack, what is
okay,
the
okay,
before we what? Sorry,
no,
I'm with you.
you
What's
good?
it? Yeah. You,
So in the last episode,
okay.
it's basically it's about investments,
Okay.
and Peggy obviously is notoriously throughout the years been bad with the family finances.
Yeah, exactly. She gets like duped
Uh,
like a bunch of times, doesn't she? I think Matthew
yeah,
McConaughey like yeah
she
like steals their
Yeah.
funding one time. Anyway, so what's the new episode?
yeah, she gets that fake doctorate and all that good
Yeah, the fake
stuff.
doctorate. That's
But anyways,
the genius
so
doctorate.
they decide to take their profits from their 401k investment retirement fund that they had left to put in other places, and they decided Hank wanted to play the slow game, of course, and Peggy wanted to invest in this hog venture that Boomhauer, Dale, Bill, and Hank were going to launch. It was basically uh, hog eradication for they were eating all the um, farmers' corn. John
Oh, I got
Redcorn
you
has
because
a
there's
joke
like
about
okay,
their
yeah, gotcha.
John Redcorn's red corn. Um, but anyways, so this business goes really like bananas. It gets, you know, they haven't even killed a single hog yet, and they've already got investors and people sponsoring them and giving them free equipment, all this, that, and the other thing. Basically, like the social media boom market, how things can rapidly go so fast.
Right.
And Hank's like, well, I'm gonna talk to somebody who knows about business, who I know, knows more than any of us about business. And that's when he goes and talks to Mr. Strickland.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Now,
Interesting. Yeah,
now
and he really
they don't, they don't talk about what happened to Strickland propane. They don't talk about nothing. Strickland's walking on a treadmill.
hmm,
Just basically he lost some weight, but he's still alive, still around, still kicking.
interesting.
Don't know
He's
what
like, well,
happened to
good
the
to see
gas
you, old
station.
top.
Yeah, pretty much. And he talks Hank out of buying into the business, and then he turns around and buys the last shares.
Ah,
Everything
yeah, because
goes
he
so
knows about
well.
business. Yeah.
Yeah. And Hank, right at the last minute, ends up investing his money on the stock market into the business. And by the time he comes out of the bathroom, the market had crashed and he lost all his money. And he confesses to Peggy, he's like, I got sucked in, blah, blah, blah. You were, you know, I was going with you. I believed in you or whatever. And she's like, that's all right. I sold my shares right before it crashed. So she gets her hero moment.
Oh
That's
wow.
that's awesome.
So,
Go Peggy. Yeah, she does win
Exactly.
but
sometimes. And I think that is good. Hey, do you mind? I'm just gonna take a quick break here, just to give a shout out, kind of at the first hour, that you're listening to Drawing with Jack on the Cox in Space, behind the scenes. We're working on Lunan tonight, who is looking sharp. Good job, man. It's fun. As we're talking to Jake Mattis and Francisco from the Very Good Podcast about King of the Hill. If you want to join the crew, you can always go to coxinspace.com. That's coxinspace.com. You can go to our Patreon. You can support us so we can keep this thing going. You can find our YouTube and follow all the podcasts that we do. You can also join the Discord so you can come in live and listen to these 7 nights a week. So you get it up there and you can listen with us, become the audience. On our Patreon, also when you buy into that, know that you get access to hidden and early episodes. you become part owner of the Cox and Space Project, and you earn a percentage of the show. So check that out, guys. It's up on coxandspace.com. And then we are getting back to our show with Jake Mattis. So that's awesome, man. So it feels like the show kind of has the same heart to it, and it definitely has established itself as being the show that you're down to watch. Now, you rumored that there is a second season that's supposed to happen, and is that the case? That uh,
Yeah, yeah, there is another season. As far as I understand, they were voice recording the second season. So
so
I
you're
don't
you're down
know.
to
It'll
watch the second
probably
season now?
be
I feel like they get the animation stuff does get contracted like right off the bat with 2 seasons. Animaniacs got 2 seasons. I think Futurama got contracted
Futurama
for two
got
seasons.
two.
Just
Yeah,
and yeah, so I think everything just starts with the 2 seasons and then they see if it goes more. I know they're not doing more Animaniacs. Um, they are doing more Futurama. So I
Futurama.
don't.
Yeah,
So this will probably go the
late
same way as
'90s are back.
Futurama's going, where
Again,
they film the second season or animate the second season, and then I mean they'll look at the numbers, but probably it'll continue same as Futurama.
could be if it takes off. So Jake, you willing to watch the second season if it comes out?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
watch.
so you're still down for it.
I'll watch the things. The things I bumped into
This is gonna be the
or ran
question.
up against,
What
like
was your biggest disappointment?
the animation.
That was it. So
Um,
it kept coming up for you the whole time you were watching it.
the animation and the voices. Um, the voices were a little tough at first. Like I can buy into Bobby. Just I've known some 20-something-year-olds with that squeaky kiddish voice, so
They didn't
I
change.
can
That's what I
buy
heard,
into
right? They
that.
didn't change his voice at all, did they? The voice,
It's the same
the
voice
voice
actor.
actor. Okay. I
And
mean,
even okay, even if you
she's
wanted
really
to
good
do
at
that,
it,
I mean, you got dials on that thing, twist them, make
right?
it deeper.
Right, like pitch shifter, maybe, right? Something like that. I don't know if that would work.
Right.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I ran
Who
up
else's
against the
voice were you
voices a
like?
little.
Who else were you like? Oh, they don't sound good.
Um, I'm gonna catch hell for this probably,
I want
but
to hear it.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest, Dale, even Johnny Hardwick, R.I.P. He did. There were 7 episodes that he was in, his voice, and then Toby Huss took over. Um, Toby Huss sounded a little more Dalish to me, personally,
What do you mean
but
more
it
Dalish?
Does he sound like Dale after he's been smoking for 20 years?
This is the big question.
Kinda.
Does he? Okay,
well,
good.
see, that's the thing. That's the thing is when I was listening to those first episodes, Dale. I mean, it wasn't even like he had been still smoking that long. It was just I don't know. It was hard to listen to. It was almost like nails on a chalkboard. I'll be honest, but for a little bit, it was bad. Um,
That's not Dale. I don't know you.
yeah,
New Dale, who dis?
I settled it. Like I settled into it, and they recast the voice actor for Khan. Um, that was one thing DEI didn't get was they cast a new kid. I can't think of the Asian actor's name or Korean actor's name. I don't even know.
For which
But
character?
that voice took me by surprise listening to Khan
Oh,
when he
really?
pops in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I
that
heard
one
that
really shocked me.
they had recast him. Yeah. So they actually
Yeah.
it's actual Laotian, right? Who the actor
It
is, or
could be.
okay. I thought that's what I'd heard. That might be
Yeah, I'm
just
not
what
sure
I'd
of his. I'm
speculated.
not sure of
So
his background, but I know they
wait,
try to be a little
are
more
you Chinese or
ethnically correct
Japanese? Uh,
when they
There are big
Yo.
distinctions that I do not know. So
mhm.
catch.
I just remember
Right.
that being a thing, and Cotton
It was in
realizing
the
that
first.
where he's
Oh,
from.
right, right.
He's
I'm
like,
sorry.
he's
Good callback.
Laotian. He's Laotian.
He's Laotian.
What do you,
um,
how did they
Peggy,
handle?
Peggy
I
was
like the cotton
definitely,
episodes.
Oh, sorry.
Uh, oh, I
Peggy
like
was definitely being Peggy.
Okay, so Peggy, continue to Peggy because she's unchangeable and unflappable, which you do have to admire about
Yeah, as bad as her Espanol was, her
her.
thought eye Arabia was just as
I imagine
bad.
she
so
didn't she
she,
didn't even
I
bother to learn
finally
the
get it.
language. My favorite episode is where Peggy goes to Mexico and kidnaps a kid and then gets put on trial in Mexican jail in Mexican in
and,
court.
and
And they just
still
put her on
though,
trial and be like, look,
so
her Spanish is so bad she couldn't have possibly abducted a child on purpose. And then they're like, yeah, you should have.
you're right. You're right.
You're right.
Facts.
Yeah, her Spanish is bad. That's definitely one of my favorite episodes if they would go there on that. Um, so what did they do with Luann and Lucky? And if we're
I was just looking at that note.
because I mean that was the biggest question that I had. I know there's a huge question that you had going into it. And Brittany Murphy was absolute favorite voice actress on that show. Because the character that she's playing is so much like a personality distinct from her own like personality that it's just amazing. She always gives an amazing performance. The nonsense that they have Luann say and do, and that she delivers so straight-faced and sincere is, I mean, like we lost her
Right.
way too soon. She was a very talented actress.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And one
Well,
thing I tend to forget is that she voiced Joseph in the early season.
I did not know that.
Okay.
Are
I
you
didn't know that.
kidding me? That again, I say it
No,
again.
yeah.
She was an amazing actress that lost way too soon. Can you imagine what she'd been doing at this time if she was still now? I mean, like the projects that are going on
Playing
now.
Luann.
No, I mean actually, like,
Playing
yeah,
Luann.
yeah, the actress. Because of just how she's capable of chameleoning like that. Like Joseph doesn't sound anything like Luann,
Right. No.
right? Like that entire,
Um, but to get but to get back to them, they don't do anything.
they just don't show up.
Not to disappoint. Not even a mention.
Wow, that seems pretty cold from Mike Judge alone in King of the Hill as a. I mean, like what
Yeah,
Hank doesn't mention his need. I mean, I know he doesn't like her, but she doesn't get a call.
after
I mean, it would be an easy one
after
just to have
reading
Peggy respond to no one who's there on the phone, right? Like just make it sound like, Luann called her.
right, or a letter or a postcard or an
Right, yeah, exactly.
email
D
this time text message.
just to mention,
Hey,
yeah,
look at
like
these pictures. Look at
uh,
these
Lu-
pictures Luann just sent me.
yeah, they're on
You
social
know,
media somewhere, right? Just to
something.
keep it up to date. Yeah, nothing, huh?
Yeah, nothing.
Wow, that's
Nothing.
cold, cold.
Unless I blinked and missed it, I'm gonna have to dig deep, but I did not catch anything.
Wow. Jack, did you hear anything at all? I mean, is that something that is that your roommate mentioned at all about Luann and Lucky appearing? I mean, because you guys weren't the only ones who were asking that question too. I remember seeing in a lot of different places on the internet that was, like, what were they going to do about that? So they just ignore her. They just ignore. They
There was
just
an article. There was an article that they had that I had read where they had talked about out of respect they weren't going to recast those characters,
which
but
makes sense.
even in the article they didn't even mention what the plans were. So
Okay, gotcha. So okay, and I guess they could leave it open too.
I don't
Maybe
see.
maybe if they hear a huge outcry about needing Luann, they might incorporate her in some way without recasting.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I really don't. It's not really as canonical. Like I'll bring that word back up. I'll make it a
Right?
word if it's not.
Making a word up. If you're gonna
Um,
make it up, you got to use it
making it a
and make
word.
sure that it has a context.
Exactly.
And people say it was
But
the first time on this podcast that Jake Manna said canonical.
But basically, I don't see where there's I guess spoiler, there's no cliffhanger. Like next season can be its own thing. Like there's no tie um to like there's a problem that's still unresolved.
That's interesting. They got scheduled for a two-parter, but they didn't make a two-parter.
No, I'm
Which
saying
yeah,
like
you would think
two
you would do. Yeah,
seasons. Like
right. Yeah, like
yeah, like they
leave
didn't
something
tie
unresolved.
like leave you hanging like, oh, you gotta come back next season and check this out.
Right.
It doesn't do that. It's just it
Hmm.
like the episode it goes episodically, but yet then it just the season ends.
Okay. Now, you say
So
the
there's
season ends.
no
Do you feel like satisfied that ended, or like you're like I'm glad I watched that, or did it just like stop?
um it just kind of stops.
Okay, gotcha.
I could have watched more. I could have watched
Okay.
more. Like I want more.
Yeah, that okay. Leave them
Um
hungry. That is a good approach.
yeah, it was a good appetizer. Like just give me another season, tweak some things, like the animation.
Right.
um I don't know. I still have mixed feelings overall, 100% to the point where I don't know. Um, Sometimes I just say careful what you wish for, or maybe I set my expectations in the too far high.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting. Okay.
because
Okay. That's a fair
after
appraisal.
like
Like you were hyping it up and you were
yeah,
really excited to see this show, and then once you see it, you're like, ah, the nostalgia isn't tied
it's
in with it.
it's like wanting to open up a Christmas present. You're like, oh yeah, it's like what 2000. I'm gonna open up this nice N64 and you get a Super Nintendo. Cool, but it's not the newest one.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Um,
Exactly. That's
Something
fair.
I don't have. I guess you know what I mean.
Right. Right. Fair.
But yeah,
So
it's
I'm gonna switch gears with that out of spoiler mode. What was your favorite thing that they brought back from the old seasons? Like hands down.
that they brought back. Trying to think one of my favorite callbacks to that. I
Like
did
there you
Hank's truck.
go. Okay.
He's still got the same truck. It's been in storage. It's been in storage. He's got the same truck.
Exactly. Well, he does love that truck. I mean, so he wouldn't get
He
rid of
does
it.
love that
Yeah.
truck.
So that's that's a good callback. Okay. Nice. And what's the one thing that they called it back and you were like, oh man, I wish they would have definitely left that joke dead.
Mm, None that stick out.
Really? Okay. So you're like, okay, every single joke that they called back, you were definitely like, okay, good. I'm glad that was here and good work, guys.
Yeah, nothing like stuck out like it was forced or it's like this was something that wasn't funny but that I didn't really find funny before. Yeah, the callbacks were very subtle. Like they weren't shoving them in your face.
That's awesome. Good job. That
They
could
did
be a
it
really
strategic.
yeah, that could be a really thin line to walk. To like make sure you do call back, but don't like overload it so it still can be its own thing.
Yeah, like there's a moment with Connie and Bobby that they do that there's like a flashback moment and there's like some music that plays and stuff that like kind of calls back to some things, um but yeah, I mean like I said, they don't overdo it.
Gotcha.
I think it was very tastefully done the way they did that.
Me personally, I always wanted them to end up together. I mean, because he did choose not to be a Buddha so that he could spend time with Connie. And like, not that he deserves to like earn her or whatever, but I always wish that their like relationship had worked out. They just always seem good
Yeah.
together.
Well,
That's why when Asana-san, I hear that she's dating with Asana-san, oh crap. Sorry. Uh I'm
Which
sorry, dude. I tried so
Ted
hard and then
somehow
got so far, and then in the end, it didn't even matter. Um,
uh,
Ted
generally, that's
somehow walloped
Cosbill's
his back
department
congrats.
to
on
throw lyrics into the situations, but I'm gonna have to race him.
that.
I'm proud of you.
Um,
But yeah,
so
Ted ended up losing his accent. He doesn't talk as Laotian as he used to.
gotcha. He has been in Texas for a really long time, so
He has.
I'm gonna actually
But
so
no, go ahead.
yeah, I was just going to transition more to like an open floor of like callbacks to original King of the Hill of stuff that we knew and like that we can all kind of talk about. I definitely appreciate the breakdown. If you have some final thoughts, I'm happy to hear them. Final thoughts, but you definitely like. I feel like you've given us a really good read on where that new season is at. So thank you for that, man. For
Oh, for
taking the
sure.
time, the dedication, waking up early, doing the work, taking the notes. So, and I appreciate,
Homework, man.
yeah,
This
exactly.
was
You did your
homework.
homework, bro. Yeah, yeah. So, do you want to throw in some final thoughts
um,
on new season before we switch into the classic?
yeah. So my final thoughts on the new season are if you visually can get past some of the things, you'll be just fine.
Okay.
Um, I don't think I don't think it's going to be quote unquote too woke for some people. I think it's going to be very much Hank
So,
relating to the new world after eight
and the way
years
that he
away.
always does it, right? He's caring, he's thoughtful. He
Absolutely.
might not like it, but he will definitely try to see the person who's doing the action and not just the action.
And it always finds that common ground with everybody. Um, so yeah, I don't have a score for the season or anything like that yet.
Okay. What would you
But
measure it on?
I'm
One out of
still
five?
formulating.
Okay, that's fair.
What's that?
No. You
Yeah,
didn't say you have a
yeah.
score. I'm not gonna try to get a score. That's definitely overall thoughts and opinions as what I was looking for.
Don't
What?
you don't have to psychopathically binge watch it like I did, but definitely sit down, catch a couple, two, three episodes at a time. They're short. They're 25 minutes. Um, commercial breaks if you don't pay for the premium plan.
Right. Gotcha.
um, but yeah, it's good.
Now,
Definitely
Jake,
check it out.
you say you
Check it
say
out
psycho
again.
you say psychopathic, but one of the things that one of the things that I love about guests on the show and what I try to find, because it's is these hyperfixations. And I saw you had this hyperfixation on King of
Hmm.
the Hill, and that you really wanted to like get it all in your brain at one time. And I was like, you know who needs to info dump more than anything else after he's like gone through a hyperfixation is my boy Jake Mattis. Because like you got like King of the Hill, and then you're talking to Lisa Green tomorrow morning, right?
We're on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, so you're
We're
talking to her on
talking with
Saturday,
Lisa Green
and
on
then you guys are
Saturday.
potting together about it too. So like definitely, yeah, yeah. With the
Oh yeah,
hyperfixation,
it's
yeah,
gonna be.
for real.
There's gonna be a hell of a lot of talk.
Oh man,
Oh,
he did it. He went there.
He,
He
he
did it.
unbelievable.
A whole hell of a lot. So going back to the
Oh,
classic series, and it's open to everybody, of just ones that you've thought, because maybe not everyone has seen all the episodes, but maybe you've seen enough to like think about what it is. Aaron, you just say your character is Bobby, right? I think I spoke for you.
Yeah,
What did you
yeah.
say? Why do you
Bobby's
like
always been
Bobby?
my favorite character. What?
So I like Bobby because he's an ascended Buddhist monk. But you like Bobby because
he's a comedian and just like trying to find his way to find his voice.
So,
Uh,
what are your thoughts on him not ending up essentially ultimately becoming a comedian? I mean, he's in Texas. He could definitely be on like a Kill Tony show or something. That's what I thought they were going for.
yeah. Well, I mean, uh, it's it's sort of why like I don't know. I don't know. Not everybody gets to like has the strength of will to follow a performing dream. Um,
That's true. That's
and
definitely not a
you know,
Bobby lifestyle.
he had so many things that he liked to do throughout his show that like you can't follow all of your dreams. You have to start with
Yeah,
one.
right, Jake, right. I mean, like he's like 13, 14, or 11 to 13, you said. So we see him go through a lot of
Yeah,
different phases.
Yeah.
yeah, and
So
I liked the fact though for his character in not to tie it back to the revival, but
Yeah, absolutely.
um
Back to
how
Peter
he's
real quick.
able to take all those passions though and use them in his career path that he's
100%.
chosen.
Yeah, when you pointed that out, I was like, okay, I'm satisfied. Yeah, because Bobby is, I mean, at least he's an entertainer of sorts. And then he gets to follow the passion that he really does. I mean, like 100%. He was always way better at
does he
food than
still have does he still have witty lines, like really good lines? Because that was my
Very.
favorite thing.
I
Like
mean, well,
when he
yeah.
said, like, I don't know you.
Iconic.
Like that was like every so often Bobby just had this great line. And does he still have some great lines in the new series?
Yes, he does. He does have some
Great.
really good lines. He's got
That's
an
all.
interesting story arc throughout. So, um, just being the executive chef at a restaurant with a spoiled rich kid partner. Um, so
Oh, interesting. I
you
didn't
can
think
see
about
where
that
that's going
dynamic. Yeah, right. Because he's right. He's cooking for the passion of it,
to go.
as he's
Right.
done everything. Right. Like that's that he is very passionate. Um, what do you think, Jake, is the weakest plot in the classic seasons? What's your like? I know there's not a whole lot of stinkers in King of the Hill, and Francisco, this is up and up to you too. But what do you think is the like one episode where you're like, yeah, you guys did good, but I'll give you like a 5 out of 10 because it wasn't bad, but like most of King of the Hill episodes are like 7.5 or 8 easy, and generally like in the 9 range.
Oh man. I would probably, for me, one of my least favorite episodes. I don't know if it's probably the B storyline, but it's when uh Dale and Peggy do taxidermy.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Um,
okay, fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like
Nancy
the
I
finds
don't
out
even
that
remember
the
that one. I
animals
guess
are in
that
the
one because I don't
freezer.
remember
yeah,
it.
exactly. You'd be like, yeah, I'm on that. So weak, you have to forget about it. That's fair.
Yeah, that was
Francisco,
kind of a boring episode.
yeah, you're like, okay, why are they doing it?
Uh,
Francisco, what you got is your worst like classic King of the Hill storyline?
I can't. I can't think of any because most of them are like pretty decent
Most of them are really
because I
good.
just went
Yeah,
through them.
100%.
Like I'm not
You got through
so
all
sure because I
13,
never
right?
finished it.
All
Huh?
13
Yeah, I'm in
seasons?
season third. I watched first 3 episodes, and because I haven't watched it with the wife,
Oh, that's what's
been
up.
watching
Okay,
season
you
13,
got
and
further
so
than I
I don't
did.
know if they got the like last secret season where like Hank's mom like finds another man. I don't know if that's
oh,
in
those are
season
some shitty
13
episodes too.
because
Yeah, those are
those
some.
were stinkers.
Oh,
I
you know
don't
what? Actually,
I
I forgot
don't
about
think
all
of
of Hank
those at
Hill's
all.
mom's episodes where they are kind of always, I can't get behind them. Like they go to the miniature museum and like it is a really heartfelt episode, but it's just like so weird that Hank's on this adventure with these old ladies. He's always just a, gentleman, but at the same time, like it's just like
It is, but
it's
it's.
not
I
fun
actually think
TV.
that episode's kind of funny.
Really?
See, when I recently
She
rewatched
has
them,
to
I'm
get the
kind of like,
freaking miniature. This unicorn means everything. You know, like,
and he
How
does
about
it for
the
his mom. I was like,
and he does it.
oh,
Of course, he does it.
how about the episode? How about the episode where they turn John Redcorn into the modern day Rappy
Indeed.
That
and
oh,
him
see,
and
I
Ryan
love that he
him
went
and
that
Ryan
direction.
having that
Yeah,
battle?
no, like that's why I love John Redcorn so much is that he's like, absolute lover man and every woman wants him, but he's good with kids, and he can sing them songs. I think it's a fantastic like move for him to go. They went the same choice for Two and a Half Men for Charlie Sheen. So I mean, it's
Oh,
it's a good Chuck Lorre storyline. Mine is the one where Bill becomes in charge of the shelter, and he's like, he has to like keep
Bill's
everybody.
house.
Yeah, and then like
Oh no, no,
Hank
no, no,
like
no! That
the
episode, I know what
the
you're
the
talking
dam breaks and or like the dam might break, and so
about.
Hank
Yeah,
decides to release all the water, and then it's like it turns out that
Oh,
that
that
whole
was a
thing.
two-parter, I think.
No, it's one, but it's just like it's non-climactic because like he lets the water out and people are mad at him when he's in the shelter, but it doesn't actually do anything. And then there's no repercussions from Bill keeping them trapped in the building for an extra day. They just be like, yeah, you should do better next time. And I'm just like, I've seen it a couple of times. It always sticks out to me I hate this episode so
that's
much.
a
Peggy
very
like
Bill
regresses into being a
episode,
child.
though.
What's that?
It's like that's a very Bill episode,
It's
though, because
it's
he's like,
true.
John, put him in the cage, and he's
Yeah,
like, when did
exactly. The
John
whole,
get invented?
yeah, like the whole. I invented the cage. Like, so I mean, I guess maybe it's different because like I love Bill on the show because he gets in terrible situations and you feel sorry for him. That one he proves he's capable. Although I love other episodes where he proves he's capable, like when he becomes like a gay hairdresser, um, and like just to like be the best number one chair at Hotties. Like I'm like, yeah, Bill, like that's awesome. You can achieve when you put your mind to it.
And of course, that follows through into the revival, like we talked about while we were in spoiler mode.
Yeah, and we don't have to do that, but I was gonna say that I was gonna be like, of course, because he was number one chair at Hotties. Of course, he could work at any
Right.
barbershop he wants to in the city because he's recognized. Uh, so. But so like I do like when Bill like achieves, but yeah, that one in particular, I'm just like yeah, because again, because most of them are so good. Um, Aaron, do you have a favorite or like a week episode?
I haven't seen it enough to know any weak episodes. There's only just like a few that I even remember.
What is the
Like I remember when they go to Japan with Cotton,
and then
and
meet his
I really
brother?
loved that episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
That was
that,
a two-parter.
that- yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it is right. Yeah, and then Cotton goes missing and they have to find him. Yeah, I love that Hank's like Cotton's genes are so strong that he comes even through the Japanese genes. He still thinks Hank.
yeah.
It's just so funny. I don't know why that joke visually every time, like I know it's gonna happen. They go to Japan and know the episode's gonna go up, but every time the door opens and he goes, "Oh," it's just like they both do it. It's just
Tell
like
you
it
what.
just kills me. What?
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones you remember. Is there another one? You're like, oh yeah, King of the Hill.
Yeah, I really loved when Hank joined that co-op grocery store
Yes.
and for organic food. And Peggy's like, if this is food, what have we been eating?
Well, she doesn't like her processed food. She's definitely used to it.
She like tomatoes don't have a taste. What are these?
What are these? Yeah, when they're growing the organic garden for the football team, even though Peggy cheats and sprays
Yes.
pesticide, but they really get into it.
Right.
And then also there's just like the one where like Bobby is growing a rose because his dad, I forget exactly why it is, but his dad really gets into gardening with him too, about these roses. I think he's trying to get him to be like a champion or something, and then he finds out that roses are a way to be, you can be
There's
a
a
champion. Yeah,
competition.
there's a competition for it, so
It
you
was a
can be
way
a
to
winner.
join the competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, you could get a trophy," and then Hank ends up being more into it than Bobby.
Well, Bobby loved it for like, the beauty, aesthetic beauty of it, and Hank was recognizing like the
Right.
legal rules of art, which is, like a kind of a deep topic to be tackling in the middle of the King of the Hill episode. But they go there, that's one
Because
of the
they
things.
displayed the rose in a bong.
Yeah, well, it's a special
They
vase.
displayed it in a
Yeah.
yeah. It lets the rose breathe.
This
Because
is sponsored by a
they had
weed shop.
the grow shop.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, the grow
grow
shop was
shop.
the sponsor. Their team shirts were all tie dye.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's such a funny like bit. Um, so we didn't go down and talk about for all of them, but who are your guys' favorite actresses on the show? Separate from the character themselves, do you have like a favorite actor on the show?
Stephen Root.
And he played one of the John Redcorns,
He
or he played.
played Bill.
Oh, Bill. Oh, yeah, 100%. Okay, yeah, yeah, exactly. He's definitely one of my dudes. Like there's Brittany Murphy, and then there's sorry, Root,
Stephen Root.
Stephen Root. Yeah, because I've seen him in a bunch of different things too, and he's definitely not that character. He's definitely a really great character actor. And if you listen closely, I noticed he plays
Yeah,
other characters on the show too.
he does. He voices Buck Strickland and like a whole host of other
Yeah,
characters.
yeah,
Like those
exactly.
are like his two main ones.
Right? And you're just like, wow, like that's some skill right there, my man. Where it's just like, yeah, you don't know. Um, he's gotten more work, I believe, as a voice actor than as a facial actor because you can only do so much casting with his face. His voices do
Right.
different things that his face doesn't. Um, and his face and his body type don't. Uh,
Are you familiar with Kevin Smith's movie Red State?
no, that must be more recent.
No, that's a it's 2009, 10 maybe. I can't remember.
So I'm sorry.
Uh,
Of course, when I said
he,
recent, I what recent to me because the last time I saw a Kevin Smith
oh
movie was in high school, but that's the 90s. And
oh
then
wow
again, you had to like,
oh
yeah,
wow.
remind me that that was about 30 years ago. So yeah, no, so I
uh,
did see it. So Stephen Root is in that.
Stephen Root has got a pretty significant role in that in the beginning of that movie. Yeah.
Nice. That is super fun. Francisco, you got a favorite actor on the show?
Mm, I can't really name anybody off the top of my head. I'm trying to find freaking Boomhauer's guy because getting that freaking getting that Boomhauer talk is just
That's Mike
perfect
Judge.
whenever
That
Mike
is Mike
Judge.
Judge.
Mike
That's
Judge.
awesome. Yeah, I
Mike
mean, you got to
Judge
give it up to
voices
Mike Judge too.
Oh,
Just
it's
he
so
does a
good.
lot of voices, and he's
Yeah.
very very capable of being versatile. Um, Also, it wasn't until
Oh,
this
I know.
recent watch through that I finally realized that Boomhauer is saying things. At first I just thought I
Oh
was
yeah.
mumbling, but then like when you actually listen, he makes a lot of sense. He's like got
His
points to
mumble
make.
talk is the
Yeah, yeah.
only thing that makes sense.
I know some of you guys have been trying to stay off social media, but one of the cool social media things that I did see today, and I haven't watched it, but there's actually I think it's 3.5 minutes maybe, long interview where Hank Hill is on the Theo Vaughn podcast.
So Hank Hill being an animated character shows up animated, or he shows up as a
Yep,
voice.
shows up animated sitting in a chair across from Theo Vaughn.
Wow, that's cool. Oh, so they must have done like a rotoscope over Mike Judge sitting there.
Probably,
Is that, I mean, because he's
probably
moving and
did
stuff
something
and
like that.
talking.
Yeah, he's picking up Celsius and drinking it.
Bruh.
Wow. Okay, so they went for it. That's fun.
They're going full promo on this.
If you can do it. Who would you say is your guys' favorite side character on the show? Now we have our main characters that we love. I think we all call them out. You know, but who's your favorite like side character? You only see them a little bit. They only show up in some subplots. I called out earlier. Mine's Nancy Gribble. And she's not like she's like main favorite, but like she's the one like in the background. I'm like I love that one. But like besides your like main favorite, who's your secondary favorite on the show?
I might need a minute to think on that one.
It's a hard one, right? Because there's all
Cotton.
these. Who's
Side
that?
character.
Yeah, that's a long
Cotton.
roster.
Aaron Cosby. Who's yours?
Like whenever Cotton shows up,
Uh-huh.
then I know it's gonna be really
Cotton
funny.
for real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely
Yeah.
hijinks when Khan's afoot. Um,
No,
so
not Con. Cotton.
Cotton. Oh,
Cotton.
Cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah, also true. Cotton only shows up occasionally.
Yeah. Only
I
shows up
think
occasionally, and when he does, he causes trouble, and like, yeah, he's
yeah,
just so hard headed, and it's hilarious.
yeah, Cotton as a side character. And also I think it's funny that he's like he says racist things, but he's not actually racist. Or like he seems like a hateful person, but he
Right?
takes really good care of his kid. Like he's just this like walking
Yeah.
contradiction.
Yeah.
Jack, I know your face
No,
is
he's
like,
Leo.
oh man, that's very, very unacceptable and cringe. Am I incorrect? Because like what I mean is like he's no. All right. He's he seems like he does dislike people, but then also he's the leader of like his veterans group. So and he took care of his platoon. And when he meets like hippies that he didn't get along with, he finds like common ground with them. I mean, the Vietnam hippie veterans.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? So
um,
okay, that's fair.
Let's see.
How about you guys?
can,
What is your favorite side
can,
character?
is, can I lump two together?
Yeah. Do they fill the same role?
Uh, Super Nuisance Phones.
Oh, like
Honestly,
oh,
super
Khan and
system.
Min.
oh yeah,
They're
as
not
Yes,
as
just
the two of
always
them.
my favorite.
Yeah, they do have a very
yeah,
special
as
dynamic.
like a like when they like the get rich quick schemes when he tries to buy the car wash
Dude, and she's so into
or
it, man. I love men.
or the or the redneck on Rainy Street when they go sticking.
And men
um,
fucking loved it, dude. I love her.
Dude, and you're right, like
um,
they're role playing Hank and Peggy in their house, right? And then like they got this weird kink,
right.
but they're doing it together. It's not like, one of them's being a creep. They're both like, down for it.
I
And it's
fucking
not the
love
first
her,
time
dude.
either.
Yeah. Oh, which is so surprising. Yeah.
Turning offense.
Yeah. So I can see, yeah, they're super fun. Francisco, you have a favorite side character?
Oh, you guys kind of hit all my top
Those are the ones.
I mean,
Yeah,
stuff like top
they
two. Cotton, Min, Nancy.
those are the good ones.
Um,
How
those
about
are the three. Those are
Enrique?
the three. Like,
I
beat. That's
Enrique?
like that's definitely.
Oh yeah, you know
Shouts out
what?
Danny Trejo, dude.
I didn't realize like how often Enrique actually shows up for Dale. Like he's pretty consistent. Like that's his
Oh, that's
go-to guy.
Octavio.
Oh, Octavio. I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's
Octavio.
Octavio. That
Um,
was my other. That was my other guess.
because it's like what is their
We
situation?
got to do
I
this
do
for
like
Gribble, man.
Octavio.
Yeah, exactly. But you mean the guy who works at Strickland Propane? Um,
Yes.
yeah, who
Enrique.
at one
Hank,
point was going through a
yeah,
divorce and like couldn't leave Hank alone, and so they have to get him back together.
yeah. He like moved into their
Yeah.
house and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
it's too sad. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that he is a fun side character. He's like fun in the Bill sort of way, right? Fun for him to be sad.
It's
uh,
fun for him to
I
be
don't know
sad.
about fun. It was pretty uncomfortable. With Bill, it's kind of fun. With Enrique, it was too real. It's like I don't
Oh
like
no,
this. I don't like this
bro.
man.
It's fun to torture your characters and put them into situations so that they can, solve them and get out of it. That was the only point I was making. What is your favorite running gag on the classic show? Um, So, like I mentioned, mine was that that they never talk about how Dale is not actually Joseph's father. And in fact, they created a very vast lore, in going so far as taking his son to the desert so they can get abducted by aliens, so Joseph can meet his real parents. You know what I mean? Like that's one of my favorite running gag because again, it starts with Peggy is about to spoil it for everybody and then finds out that Dale's super loving and wants to take really good care of that kid and believes in him. How about you guys?
See, it's kind of briefly and immediately touched upon in that Bobby episode Jake was talking about. Like in a single freaking reaction, dude. In that same joke where he's like, "Yeah, I'm the only white guy in my freaking job."
Right.
And Bobby works in Texas. He works with a Mexican sous chef, and the sous chef's all like was about to say something, and you just see Bobby turn to him and give him a face. I was like, "Oh
Yep.
my god! Oh
Wow.
my
So they
god!"
went so far as even protecting the joke in the show too. That's awesome, dude.
Which
That
which
was my
means
favorite
Bobby,
scene so
obviously.
far in the
Right.
first
Like
four
he's like, don't
episodes.
say it. Just don't. Right. Yeah. But so like what in the classic, Jake, what's your favorite running gag? I mean, because I know you guys have
Chuck
mentioned like,
Mangione.
yeah, oh, Chuck Mangione, of
Mangione
course.
was the
Chuck,
best.
That was
Chuck
one of the ones I
Mangione.
was gonna bring up where Chuck Mangione actually lives in Megalomarts and he kind of like
He lives in the
and Dale
Megalodon.
protects him.
That's why
Like,
he's the best.
yeah, like just his lore because he's obviously, I mean, he just passed away recently, like rest in peace, Chuck.
Yeah,
But it's like one of those
R.I.P.
things that like Mike Judge like made a very particular joke that built this like bizarro lore for this character. You're right, that is a funny running gag. Um like
That gave him like his third life in entertainment or something.
yeah,
Oh my
I mean people didn't know who he
lord.
was
Like
probably before.
he had a musical career, then he was on a TV show, and then he came back and did this.
They actually use the voice of Chuck Mangione, right? Like, I mean, he's the one who's playing himself.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, that's a funny bit. That's a long time, funny bit. Francisco, you got one?
Any of the U.S. presidents
Wait, what?
just showing up.
Oh,
There was like
yeah. Oh, that's
2
right.
to
There's an
4
episode where Jimmy
U.S.
Carson helps them
presidents.
build like a house or somebody and like solve a relationship
Oh yeah,
problem.
JC.
Helps them bring down cotton.
Oh yeah, that's right, exactly. Because
Or,
he's going
I mean, the
crazy.
same thing in the freaking new
Yeah,
houses.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. There's two subplots crash together, and the an ex-president has to come solve the problem. Yeah, that's a good bit. I
And Bobby's
forgot.
like, it was Jesus. His
It
overall
was
said
Jesus.
JC. He's a
Jesus.
carpenter.
That's right, JC. And he said he was a carpenter. Yeah, it's a Christmas miracle.
The best part of that episode is where Hank convinces Jimmy Carter to let Cotton shoot the nail gun at the limo,
Dilemma. You
and it
promised.
breaks out the
He's like, I was just
window,
making
and
him
he's
laugh.
like, "You told me it was bulletproof." He's like, "Let's go, let's get out of here."
Those quick small jokes, dude. I love
He
it.
says, yeah, exactly. Like, and they're classic for that. Man. One of my also favorites is Peggy's Big Feet. Like it's a thing that didn't have to exist at any point in time in the lore, but they decided to bring up that she has big feet and that she's really sensitive. I mean, they would have had a whole episode about it early on. That someone starts selling feet pics of Peggy's feet. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's, and she doesn't realize that it's
Forgot
porn
about
that she's
that.
doing. But like it's just it's like a long running joke, and then they justify it later. And this is actually one of my favorite episodes. Like if you like, just I feel like King of the Hill took a lot of like brave stances, especially like early in the 90s. And so they have like Peggy Hill adopted by a bunch of like transsexuals men, and who she's shopping for like
Yeah.
clothes that fit
I
them.
don't
So
think they
because
were
she has,
transsexuals. I think they were like legit
Cross
cross-dressing.
oh, I'm
dressers.
sorry, just cross
Yeah, they
dressing.
Yeah, they
weren't.
I'm
were
sorry.
cross
Yeah,
They
I'm
weren't
sorry.
like
dressers.
Thank you for the
trans.
distinction.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
What
in
what
drag.
was it?
Yeah, drag queens. Uh, it's an
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
drag
drag
queens.
queen.
To use a specific language, I
Or
apologize.
Peggy
Thank you.
Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, right. So like, but they accept her, and
Was
she finds
that
that
was
she
that
finds a
the Peggy
community.
Horror Picture Show?
Yeah, and I think that's no, Francisco. That's one of your favorite episodes, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
yeah,
really
like
like it.
again, it's just like the stance that like King of the Hill takes, where they're like, no, like we are inclusive, like like we love people, and people take care of people, when they find commonalities, and
She's
her
just
having large
devastated
feet
because they
instead of
thought
being
she
the butt of
was.
a joke, yeah, like becomes like the thing that like makes her friends and like shows her that she's a freak, but there's people who are like her.
Boy.
Yeah, the drag episode. What do you guys think
I
is
love
one?
infusions in that
Well, doesn't
episode.
she's like going to compete or something, isn't she? And then he's like, you don't have to because I already think you're beautiful. Like my truck is beautiful. Isn't that the conclusion of that episode? Or
So,
am I thinking of a different
I
one?
no,
think
those are two separate
That's
episodes.
like a
Those
beauty
are
pageant
two
was
episode.
it?
separate episodes. There's an episode where she joins the beauty pageant trying to win Miss
There's
Timeless
that. Yeah,
Mountain.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the other one is just it's a show, and um he gets mistaken as a cross dresser, or she mistakes this other person as a female, and then they like spark up
Oh,
a
and then they do like a
friendship,
fashion show
and they
together.
invite Peggy. She gets invited, but like Hank stops, like intervenes.
Oh
But yeah,
no.
like
Yeah.
she,
Okay.
Was it? Oh, the beauty pageant.
So then, what do you feel
You
is
hear me?
like the like best or the like bravest take that King of the Hill took in the original series, Jake?
Gay dad?
Who has a gay? Oh, who?
sorry, I dropped out for a minute.
That's
Sorry.
okay. Who? Remind me
Yeah,
who has a gay
Dale's
dad?
dad was
Oh,
gay.
that's right. That's another one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dale's
right.
dad.
And then what? Like
Yeah.
Dale wouldn't talk
Yeah,
to
he
him
was in
because
the
he's in the gay rodeo. They have the realization that he's in the gay rodeo.
he
And
he wouldn't talk to his dad because on his wedding night he was about to kiss another man, and
that's
Dale
right.
walked in the room and he turned and kissed
He
Nancy.
kissed Nancy. Yeah. And so he wouldn't
Yeah.
forgive him, but it turns out, yeah. And then when he finds out that he's gay, he's like, oh, yeah, we're good. Why would you think that would be a problem?
One of the best jokes in that episode is when his dad's special friend pulls up, and he introduces him to Dale as a special friend, and he goes, "Oh, this is Hank, Bill, and Boomhauer. They're my special friends." And all the guys get a look on their face.
Oh,
uh,
yeah, because Dale, as much as he likes to spy on everything, he's often the most clueless. Um,
so oblivious in his own life.
love that quality about that character. It's a really funny bit. Francisco, okay, that was your brave take. Jake, do you have one of the ones where you're like, dang, dude, like King of the Hill, they took that stand. Didn't expect to see that.
Um, hmm.
I've got one more if you need time to think. because I always thought it was really crazy
Yeah, go
how
ahead.
they have this very like right-wing Republican base. Uh, Conservative Christian probably is a good like King of the Hill like fan base to like call out. I think without being like too wild about it. But when Bobby turns to Christianity and he like Hank goes to, he's like, you guys aren't making rock music better. It's like you aren't making Christianity better. You're making rock music worse. Like just calling out the consumerism of like, you know, the Christian culture and how it is, and how they're like trying so hard to be cool. I was just like, wow, King of the Hill, like you just like pointed that right at most of your fans. No, that's not all of them, but there's a lot of people,
Yeah,
watching
because
King of the
isn't that
Hill
how
with,
most mega churches work now?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like this, that, and they noticed that early because like that was still, it hadn't come all the way to fruition in the 2000s. And then, so, he noted that. Somebody said described Mike Judge as not being left or right, but very centrist and like just noting what the left and the right do. And so he just does
Right.
parodies of it all. Because he just like, we've all got things in common and we all have flaws. Again, I think that's what I love a lot about King of the Hill as a show. Well, I'm hoping that this
Yay.
new season is going to be delivering that same thing, you know, because it's nice to have that entertainment blanket to put on those nights that are cold and lonely.
Well, one of the first battles of being, are we all gender? one of the first one of the first one of the first battles in the revival is what bathroom to use. So
That's an interesting. Okay, so they took that stance in the first episode of it, and how did they settle that?
I
What
don't
did
know that
Peggy
you
say? I
can go.
100% forgot what she said.
I don't. I don't know that. Well, they never show Hank going in which one, and then he
Yeah,
just
the whole
comes out
joke was
asking
he needs to go
Peggy.
to the bathroom.
And that he can't, he doesn't know which one he's supposed to go into because he's whether or not he's
He's
Comes
old.
waiting
back
for
to the
someone
car.
to come
Peggy's
in
all
or
like,
go
Yeah,
"Are
out.
we all
he goes and
gender?"
pees behind his truck. I mean, that's maybe too
uh,
improper. I don't know if that would be a Hank Hill type of thing. Guys, we are coming into the
but
last
man, I don't.
20 or so minutes of the show. So we're gonna come to start wrapping it up. Sorry, did you have some final thoughts, Jake?
Final thoughts is King of the Hill continues to do it with the carrying on from a lot of the old school stuff to the new school stuff. It's still that comfort show. Um, Maybe I should have tempered my expectations. I don't know. Um, but I was still hoping there was that bigger present under the tree
Yeah.
that I just never got.
I'm wondering to
But
hear
I still did
your
get
thoughts
Christmas.
on King of the Hill as you watch over the episodes again. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a while until the next season comes out. So you're going to get to mull over these 10 episodes. And, you got a binge watch, which is really fast paced. You see a lot of information at one time. But, like, you might get a chance to, like, rewatch all the episodes and kind of, like, ruminate over them. And I wonder what your thoughts would be then, just as a
Yeah,
thinking all that.
I definitely check out our episode with Lisa on the Very Good podcast because I will have gone through deeper and paid more awake time in front of the screen other than still being like watching it and just experiencing it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I wanted
You know
to
what I mean?
hear just for
I'll
this
be able to
fresh
take
take.
in more.
Yeah, to hear exactly what it was after that binge and what your thoughts were after that binge. So thanks for
Yeah.
being here. And we are moving into the place where we're shouting out the Very Good podcast is at Frankish Bar on YouTube. So you guys can check it out. They've got episodes that come out how often? Like every couple of days, it seems like.
Mondays and
Two a week,
Thursdays.
2 a week? Okay.
Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay, so they come out Mondays and Thursdays. Catch them. They cover media, talk about the Michigan comedy scene, and what it is like as a performer. So I enjoy it, and you guys can enjoy it too. You guys have other things you want to shout out at your ats on socials?
You can follow me at Jake Mattis on just about any social media platform you can
And we're gonna put it
find.
below, just so you guys are looking in the description, but it's also Mattes with Mattes. So that you make sure you spell that. Francisco, you have any socials you want to shout out? Any secret
Yeah, you
socials
can
we should
catch
know?
me at a Frankish bar, just about everywhere.
Sweet.
The podcast is on my YouTube. We're gonna slowly transition into its dedicated channel.
Oh, nice.
Just a little soft launch on that, but you guys have been seeing it on my channel. It's gonna be on its own
So
little nook
a
in
couch
YouTube.
potatoes or a very good podcast. Okay,
Yes.
cool. We'll shout that out when you do that, and we'll be excited to know that.
Yeah,
Uh,
to be determined, but soft launch.
cool. Soft lines. We know about that.
uh, yeah,
Francisco,
catch
keep
me
your eyes up.
on Frankish Bar just about everywhere.
Sweet.
Frankishbart.xyz if you want to find my everything in one spot.
Jack, you've done fantastic work tonight. Thank you so much, man, for
Oh,
all
thank
the
you.
detail you put on the dress and her shading. Still doing the Rocket League um, streaming Monday, Wednesday.
I am.
Cool.
I am. Yeah, you guys can catch me tomorrow at twitch.tv/KotH. I will be playing some more Rocket League. I played on Monday.
Nice.
We kicked ass. We didn't win the tournament that we entered, but we kicked some ass. So
And we're looking
definitely
forward.
tune in if you want to watch Rocket
So,
League.
yeah, if you want to watch them play with Rocket League, we're also looking for an update from you from the new standings in the match. Do you want to do a quick rundown, or do you want to have more dedicated time to that?
Well, yeah, they're gonna do the next oh no, they finished the LC, yeah, so I'm sorry. Uh the team that won the LCQ was Shopify Rebellion.
Okay,
So they're the
nice.
team that qualified, I
You
think.
said that they were doing
Yeah,
really, I mean, they were
yeah.
like 6-0 or something, I think, when you pointed them out in the end last week's standings.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I mean, it was wild, all of the matches over the weekend because these were teams that were not quite up to, like top tier. I mean, they were pro teams, but they weren't like the top pro teams. So some of the games had wild whiffs and things like that, but it was definitely, Shopify and I mean, there's also drama with that team because one of the hugest names in Rocket League, Justin, he left that team
Oh,
in the middle of the season. Yeah, and went to Gen G, and Gen G traded their big name star Reynolds to Shopify. So there was like a whole trade
what?
thing that happened mid-season. Yeah, and the
What?
two teams are doing better. They're both doing better with their other
Okay,
team, both because
okay.
Reynolds and uh, Justin are superstars, and they are usually, kind of looking to have their team support them. But they both moved on to these other teams where everybody's sort of in like a support role, and like it's not really like they're superstars anymore, but everyone knows them, so they are superstars. But they're just, anyway. The teams are doing well, even though Shopify didn't qualify. Like Genji qualified just outright; they were in top 12. Shopify didn't make top 12, but they won the LCQ. So I mean, they're still not a bad team. It could probably get top 12 on the right day, but
Gotcha,
it's
gotcha.
just anyway. Yeah, I can go on all day about Rocket League, but the last chance qualifier was a lot of fun, and Worlds is coming up in a month, so it's going to be the World Championship, and I will definitely keep you guys apprised on that. We will
When
know
are
who the World
the
Champions
worlds?
are.
Just so that I know.
It's at the end of August. I'm not quite sure when the date is. It's like
I will.
August 20 something, I think,
Okay.
or
All
maybe
right, then,
beginning of
yeah,
September.
we will be looking for that update from you. Yeah, because on the show we do like to focus on fixations because I think that they're interesting. The things we get fixated on are fun for people who get fixated on to talk about, which is why Jake and Francisco, glad you guys came on to talk about King of the Hill. Guys, with a very good podcast. Super fun. and Jack, why I want to hear about Rocket League as it comes up. And we switch over finally to Aaron Cosgrove, the professor of comedy, professorofcomedy.com. Do you have shows coming up at the end of August, man? Do you want to shout out?
Nope, I got nothing at the end of August.
Okay. So that you know of right
Yeah,
now, because as we know,
not that I'm booked for yet. I mean, Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle on the 19th. I don't know if
okay.
this comes out before then.
That I think it's actually coming out on that day. So if you guys want to check it out, Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle's
I got
happening tonight. So possibly it might also be coming out on the 20th or something like that. So uh, we're
Okay.
a couple weeks
the
ahead.
20th.
Yeah, we're going
Then
a little far back.
Aaron, you're on the Moose Show, right? This so that'll be right before this comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah, the Detroit to LA
Juan,
show.
you're on that too, Jake?
Oh, the Laughs at the Lodge, the Moose Lodge show,
Oh
Okay.
yeah, but
August 16th.
that's the
Yeah.
This comes.
16th.
Yeah, I
So
didn't catch what the date was at
Definitely,
first.
I think it's gonna come up
yeah,
after that. It has been fantastic, guys, having you on the show. We also have a bunch of great guests coming up tomorrow night. We have Lisa Green coming on. We're going to be talking with her. We have Alex Wellhausen and Margot Aresigi coming
Well,
up next week on Drawing with Jack. We also have some other shows coming up. So with Flicking with Skip, we have Ocean Alvarado happening tomorrow, or later this week on Friday. And then we have Jack McLaughlin coming in on the 22nd. Good friends of mine. We're going to talk about movies, have a bunch of wild and random conversations. And then you can always tune in to Chandler on Saturdays and Sundays. This weekend, we're going to have Selena Botila on and Josh Schloss. And then next weekend, we're going to be having a new Tree Broad, and we're having back Bob Whitney, the bipolar comedian, who is going to be sharing about his life and times. So if you guys would like to get connected with that, you can always go to coxinspace.com. That will get you connected to our Facebook and in touch with Aaron Cosgrove and our Facebook group. So you can guest on the show, get involved with the project, and just come hang out with us if you want to. So you can do that. Thank you all for being here, Mr. Jack. Do you have any final thoughts for us, except for continuing the, man, I'm tired and it's time to go to bed, boys.
Well, those are the only thoughts I'm
Yeah,
having right now.
you.
I, I, de- I definitely have you. Anyone else want to wrap it up before we close?
I've got nothing left to say.
I know, right? Get talked it out.
Surprise!
Casville, you okay?
Surprise!
So yeah, again, thank you for sharing your fixations, because we love those things. It makes the things that get us dorky about stuff is the kind of the fun stuff in life. So want to talk more about that. I'm sure we'll talk to you guys all soon, and we'll be meeting with Jack on Thursday. So we'll see you all later. Bye.
Yep.
Peace.
You're all. Have a good night.
Goodbye.